Do you have any goals for 2025? Not a resolution, a goal. Something to work towards. You may not reach it in 2025, but you are definitely taking steps towards it. But who knows? You may reach it. That's not even 2025. It's not even Christmas yet, as the time of filming. For 2024, I know I set a goal to be more active. Initially I said I wanted to dance more, but that meant taking class. At the end of 2023, I never thought to put audition for Temper Tantrum as a goal, and for 2024 it was basically like a couple weeks or maybe a week before auditions itself that I decided to just do it. And then I readjusted my goal to, well, yes, dance more, and yeah, I didn't really readjust my goal to dance more. It just, the method in which I was dancing more was just, different. I've taken class, but most of it was just from the rehearsals, from the trainings itself. Yeah. And also part of my goal for 2024, because late 2023, at the end of 2023, I said I was going to try to find a new job. And it became so much more urgent when in February, I got a call being told that I was going to be laid off. And so it was crunch time for me to find a job. And I briefly had one. Definitely, I had slid a little backwards on the financial front of my goals. On the physical front of my goals, like health-wise, I didn't get COVID this year, so there's that dub. But I do need to watch out, because there's been a few instances of me overtraining and actually getting like some form of flu-like symptoms, but not really the flu. It's just my body shutting down, because I didn't get enough rest, and then I just overexert myself. So that happened quite a few times this year, and I'm gonna try not to do that. I think collectively the three of us said we wanted to climb more. That really didn't happen, because life's happening, like rehearsals were happening. Also, it's just money's just going towards other things at this point. Like what little money we were all making, especially me, was going towards other things. At that point, climbing, like bouldering, was just a luxury. Couldn't afford to splurge on. And hopefully part of my goal is to find a job, a sustainable job in 2025, so I can actually, put some more money towards debt, pay back Lauren and Emroy for covering my ass for close to a year now, and actually, give a proper amount of my share towards rent, because and like rent, groceries, and all that. Relationship wise, I feel like I have hung out with friends more this year. Like basically every weekend I was just with friends, because we'd have rehearsal and then we'd hang out right after. And often we would be at IHOP, often And oftentimes from IHOP, we go here and we just hang out. So there's that. And then every now and then I'll see other friends that are not with Temper Tantrum and hang out with them as well. So I feel like on that end, I think I did a little better in 2024, and I hope to do much better in 2025. You know, I have old friends from the Philippines that are living in the area, and I haven't seen them yet. Like, we've known each other forever. One of them I've known since kindergarten, or even before that, pre-K, and I haven't seen her since 2021 when I was visiting. Yeah, I think I was able to see more people from like my past life, I guess, like from my life in the Philippines, when I was just visiting, because there was some sort of urgency to meet up, as opposed to, oh, you live here now, we'll meet up whenever. But I digress. I'm gonna try to actually catch up with these people next year. Like, I don't think it's almost Christmas, like, at time of filming, so like there's just no way. My relationship in particular with Emroy, I mean, we are at 7 years already, and you know, I feel like we have definitely reached a point where we are able to understand each other more, and that we are able to express and explain ourselves to each other a little better, to avoid conflict. Obviously, it's there, it happens. That's just two human beings together, two human beings that think differently. Sometimes there will be clashing, and it just happens. I feel really good about that. I feel really good about my relationship with Emroy and where it's going and where we're headed. I know we have, you know, there's this thing called the relationship escalator, and you know, it's not necessarily a requirement for all relationships, which is something that we collectively as a polycule had to learn, that, you know, isn't like, the goal of a healthy relationship isn't always necessarily to go up that relationship escalator in a particular order or whatever. But in mine and Emroy's case, I believe that he and I have been on this relationship escalator since the beginning. We've had this kind of collective goal as a couple of marriage and a family, whatever that looks like. And that hasn't changed between us, even with this new change of, you know, us now being in a polycule with him being in another relationship with Lauren. And I feel like we've reached a point in the escalator where we're kind of just hovering over like the next step ish, only because of finances. That is the only thing that's stopping us at this point. And like, we do want to stay together for as long as possible, forever. That has always been like the agreement. That has always been, you know, something that we tell each other like all the time. That is something that we always say. and we mean it. I think, the way my relationship with Emery started, we immediately hopped on that escalator and just escalated, because we knew at that point, because of the nature of our relationship, like, the whole story of us having been technically a possibility being together, but we not really, because of distance and our youth at the time. And I think it was a little more one-sided, in a way. I think I was more in love with him than he was with me at that point, which was fine. But yeah. So yeah, relationship wise, I think Emroy and I are still on a good track. We are pretty future focused, but at the same time still taking it a day at a time, because you never know what life's about to throw at you. I learned that kind of the hard way, where I had this vision of our relationship, and that that was shattered and was immediately changed. And I think through these years, since like late 2021, early 2022 up to now, I think that image is a little sharper, a little less blurry, because we are that picture has become a little clearer, because we've been working on this relationship. Like my relationship with Emroy is 7 years long, but because of the change, there are things that had to change, and there are things that had to feel new between the two of us still. And then obviously the whole dynamic between the three of us is very new. So we're so that is definitely a work in progress, and I think between the three of us we're doing okay. There's really nothing to compare it to, but also why would we compare it with anyone? We are different people. And everyone's different, and if this is working right now, it is working. Could it be better? Probably. I think it's just a matter of making some changes. But yeah, on that end, relationships part, I think I'm doing fine. Yeah, like top things I think that I learned from Emroy would be health, wealth, relationships. That's kind of the goal, like the big three in terms of goals. In terms of like other things, like doing things for fun, I haven't played video games in a long time. We haven't, and this falls under fun too, but we haven't gone bouldering at all this year. I did go to a concert this year, so that was great. I got to see my childhood favorite band, Eraserheads. So yeah, I almost got to see twice, but there was a ticket thing, and I just decided to just give up my ticket, give it to Noelle, and also I had to run a meeting anyway. Not run a meeting, but did I leave that meeting? Yeah, I did. And that's okay. For 2025, like just for fun, and also hopefully money willing, bank account willing, I would like to go to shows. whether it's K-pop, whether it's indie shows, you know, like like the actual like indie scene here in Los Angeles. I would like to do that. Oh, in 2024, I went to my first jam. Went to Baby's first jam. It was in the Circle. I'm right in battle, but we were just there to watch battles and also just kind of session on the side because that's what happens. What else? It's also just been weird that like weird in a good way, because me being essentially the little baby dancer I am, like I end up meeting like just people that I've looked up to, dancers I've looked up to that are, you know, pretty big names in the community and in the industry for some of them, and I'm just meeting them, just saying hi to them, and I'm just like, oh, hi, hello, and they're just they're coming up to me and saying hi to me, and I'm like, what is this? What? um yeah, that's a surreal experience, and I would like to go to more of those jams and all that stuff. And I do want to get booked more. I want to audition more, essentially. Yeah, I just want to audition more. I know my resume isn't the best, but we gotta start somewhere. So I spent the entire year at the gym, basically getting PR for the sake of getting PR. Yeah, it was more vanity, and like also I was trying to still work out with aesthetics in mind. I mean, yeah, I would like to look a little better. I think I relapsed once. So there's that. But yeah, in the gym, I feel like I've just been hitting PRs just for the sake of it. Because it gives me that little dopamine hit of like, ooh, I achieved something. When, you know, I know for sure that I need to tailor my training, my training at the gym, like my strength training, towards being stronger specifically for dance. Like, I know I need stronger ankles, I need stronger knees. I feel like I could be stronger with my arms. I could be more explosive when I'm jumping. If I need to jump, or if I need to hold a certain mid-level, I need stronger legs. So yeah, like it's just a matter of tailoring that towards dance, because I still believe that the aesthetics will still follow. Yeah, I started eating a little better just because Emery wanted to eat a little better, and I'm just better off cooking for everybody, cooking the same thing for everybody. So there's that, and I don't know. I feel like I've done a little better taking care of myself in that way. Um, I still do get body dysmorphia. I still do see myself in the mirror sometimes and don't like what I see. And sometimes what I see in the mirror is a lot worse than what is actually, real life. Yeah. So part of my goal for 2025 is to just be able to bounce back from that. Kind of really access these tools that I've had from therapy since forever, to help with that. It's a lot of grounding. It's a lot of reminding myself. It's a lot of telling myself the exact same thing over and over again. And yeah, I don't know. That's, yeah, I don't really have a lot of big pie in the sky goals, because I don't exactly have like that far of a vision, because I'm still in kind of like survival mode. So I'm just trying to get through the day, get through the present, get through the now. But those are things that I know that I'm currently doing that I just want to do better. I just want to be better at. Anything new? I don't know. It'll come to me in 2025 and then we'll go from there. So yeah, what are your goals for 2025? Let me know.